Hello dear viewer, I'm leesusss. Welcome back to Garden Flipper. Apologies for the delay in getting back to you on this. I'm afraid I've been a bit busy. Busy with work and busy with my own garden, IRL garden. As opposed to doing this. But there's been a few changes since then. First of all, I put the music back on. I do like to add music myself, but it is such a colossal pain in the bum to try and dodge copyright strikes and everything else for using music that is free. I won't go into it, but it's a pain. So I might go back to using just use the in-game music for now. It just reduces the problem a little bit. Changes have happened. Well, there's been a few updates for the game itself, but so for example, I mean, some have been the house flipper part of the game, some for the garden flipper. One of the main changes, which I was very happy to see, was the axe coming in. So the idea that you could chop down trees, and of course it also means presumably that I can chop down this this telephone pole as well. I mean, it does mean that Granny Goggins down the road won't be able to call her son every day to tell him about her bunions, but I think it's a reasonable sacrifice. Although sadly, I can't actually chop down this telephone pole, and for some reason it won't let me chop down the tree either. I think the game has definitely updated recently. It's told me it was updating, but maybe I can't for an existing map. I don't know. And then quite frankly as well, although I've been asking to be able to chop down the trees, one of the things I commented on Twitter amongst many other people as well, I kind of don't want to now, really. I mean, much like looking at my face in the mirror every morning, I'm not happy with what I'm looking at, but I've gotten used to it, and much like these trees as well, I don't think I really want to get rid of them anymore. Maybe in another sort of garden, but it's a wild garden, so that's the idea. This is obviously less wild over here, isn't it? It's still nicer. I'm still very happy with this over here. Very happy indeed. Other changes, I don't know, things about making gravel easier. Maybe I can put this down more easily as well. I don't know. But nothing earth-shattering, I don't think. But more decorations in the houses, I think is good. So this is a new bit I put in. It's a little bit as you come in. Extra plants leading up to here. I'm probably going to fill this in a bit more. And other changes over here. I was saying the other week I didn't know what to do with bridges. And then Serenity Kitten made an excellent suggestion, which was that you can put it over a pond. And it kind of worked. Thank you, Serenity. Always appreciate your input. It didn't quite work with the pond I had. So I had the little pond that was sort of over here, and it was the lumpy pond with the sort of lumpy edges. And what I tried a little while ago was I tried to put in that one, the oblong formed pond. But the trouble was none of the bridges available would go over it. They would all clash with the edge. So although I wanted an irregularly shaped pond, like a regular lumpy edge, all I could do was put this one in. But the idea here, I kind of like it now, was to form a completely isolated island. These also seem a little different. The bamboo looks a little bit more. I can hit before. I couldn't fit it very close to each other, but now I can seem to jam them in a bit closer, and it forms more of a screen. So I think I'm going to have something where I'm blocking this even more with bushes and things around here. So really, it'd be nice to have more water, but it'd be nice it feels like a little island. Imagine more bushes at the back here, and it feels like a little isolated island away from everything else for you to relax and do things here. Oops, lag. And maybe I'll put a patch of grass here. I don't know. Maybe I'll fill in more plants. But I kind of like the idea of sitting here and being isolated from the world within a garden that's isolated from the world. Anyway, another time. Let's not do that today. So today, the plan is to do something about this area over here, which is where the animals were going to be, and not the wild animals, but the civilized. I was going to say the domesticated animals, the pets. Okay. I'd already made a decision about part of this, which is this is the doghouse that was already here, next to this tatty old house, and I'm afraid it's going to have to go. Now, it's not because I'm against dogs. I mean, one of my favourite people in the entire universe is a small white dog. Okay, and yes, I did call him a person because he's a member of the family. He's a person, as far as I'm concerned. However, the sort of animals we can put in this garden are not the kind that will play nicely with the dog. And in fact, the dog won't play nicely with him. My little dog is a terrier, and he would not be nice to the animals that are in here. So they're under decorations as far as I remember. The actual animals aren't here, sadly, but the containers, the things they can live in are. So, ooh, what's this? How big is that? That's interesting. Looks like a little flower, but I kind of like that. Okay, distracted. Sorry. Many more things have been added, or I've just noticed. Interesting. So in here I saw a few things. Bat house is cool, but I don't think that's really going to go in here probably. Bird thingy. Need to put that in somewhere. Rabbit cage. Okay, we can do... What sort of colours we got here? I like nice bright woods. That's not exactly the colour I was expecting from the little tab that's here. But there we go. We're going to get this. We're going to get together the bits that we think are going to go in here. Okay, we'll see how big they are, and then we're going to work out how to organise it all within this lot. So rabbit hutch, I think there's a guinea pig one in here. There's a coop for chickens. I don't know if chickens actually going to work. I hope that's going to have a little ramp. I need a little ramp. What's it, beach? Oh, they aren't going to match, are they? They aren't going to match in the wood type. That's going to drive me around the bend. Teak! You're making your chicken coop out of teak? How much money have you got? My goodness. Sure. French nut. But why not? It's kind of small for a chicken coop. A little bit bigger than that. I thought about getting chickens at one point for my house, but it's there's too many foxes. Too many foxes near me, and they would it would not go down. Oh, they would go down very well. They would go down delicious. Om nom nom. No, this is beach as well. None of these colours match. Do these people not work together in deciding what colours to make them? Fine. Sure. Okay, let's work with it. It's a calming game. Relaxing. Don't get stressed, me. It's all fun. I don't think there's anything else in here, though, is there? It's like a bath. Swimming pool? No? Okay. No. Fine. Fine, so we've got these three objects. Oh, we're going to have multiples of some of these. So what I'm thinking is, need to fence off this area. Okay, I'd like that. I mean, these animals have got. I mean, the rabbit hutch, they've got a fence around it. They've got nothing for the guinea pig one, although quite frankly, the guinea pig could go in here as well. Really, same sort of animal, same sort of house. That's around the wrong way. There we go. But it's nice if they can get out into the open. And although you shouldn't leave your animals unattended, you at least have them, they can run around a little bit in here and have a bit of fun and eat the grass and all the rest of it. That's what guinea pigs and things love to do. So let's have a look at fences and what sort of fences we can put in. Not obviously the great big ones. Well, that's going to be no good at all. This is kind of cool. Fence netting. If it's mesh. Again, you can't leave your animals because especially bunnies. Bunnies are a pain in the backside when it comes to escaping from things. Let's have a look at a couple of these and see what they look like. That's rather a shame. What is with that? What's with that black mesh? Is it supposed to be like that? That's bloody horrible. Look at another one. Was it this one? Damn, I didn't make any paying attention. It's going to be the same, isn't it? It's going to be the same. What is with that texture? Oh, bugger. Why is that so bad? Why is my spelling so bad? Why is that so... This is not going to be any good because it's going to squeeze through that. How about this one? No, why is it... Why is the colour off? Right, that'd probably be the perfect thing, wouldn't it? It's going to be annoying. Okay, let's try these then. It's a bit bigger than it needs to be, but you know what? We work with what we've got. Yeah? Now, let's go back to the little fences again. So now we know which we're going to do. These are actually... That's nicer, isn't it? That is much nicer. Is there a longer version of that? And is there a gate to go with it? Or am I wasting my time because I need a gate to go with it? And no point in having a fence if you ain't got a blooming gate to go with it, is it? You know what? Let's just go with it. I'm sure there will be a sure, that kind of do. I'm sure there'll be a fence to go with it, a gate to go with it. Come on, game, don't be like that. Now I'd like to include at least one tree, So let's leave a bit of room to have the divider down there. I'll buy another one. I should just do buy many, shouldn't I, really? How is this going to fit together? Nicely, I hope. Come on. Ah! Or not. Hold on a second. Game? Is that... Okay. For some reason I thought it was like going halfway and then not finishing. I guess you're... The post for this one is going to match up with this one. I guess. Like that. No, not quite. This is going to drive me around the bend, isn't it? Hold on. Ugh. How am I going to get you to line up? Right, this might is that actually working? Is that right? Stop giving me the blue outline. The blue outline's kind of distracting actually. No, it's not, is it? At least I can stand on top of this, I guess. That's about right, isn't it? Okay, let me see if I can build a fence and not go insane in the process. Right, well that's a little harder than it needed to be, but never mind, we're there eventually now. I'm surprised it all lines up. The problem now is the gate. And this is the only gate I'm finding. Which is does that match? If I take this out, is it gonna fit? I guess it looks like it fits. What's it clashing with there? How does that look? It's not quite the right colour, is it? That's part of the problem here. No. 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 You know what? What do you reckon here? Which one's closer? I like this one more because it's got more of a grain on it. Get out of here. Right. Neither's quite right. I'll have to have some plants going over this as well, but there we go. And I know it's not quite a perfect fit. But oh, is that actually clipping through? Not quite. But I think it's going to, as good as we're going to get, isn't it, really? Probably. Well, we're going to imagine we've got a little airlock system here to keep the animals in. Is that okay? I guess that'll probably do. It's about as close as I'm going to get. I think so. Right, okay. So in here, sun going down is rather annoying. So I've got one tree in here, and what we need is, where's the exit? I guess the top hinge is open on this. Couple of things in here. So first of all, I'm letting the animals out. The chickens are going to scratch around and do whatever. I mean, a fence would be nice for the chickens, but you know, I think for now, is that? Oh, it's actually mesh. I thought this was maybe like a little. You know, you sometimes have a thing where you get a ramp going up, and then the animals can come down when they want to. I don't know. These are. I'm kind of dissatisfied. I think by the shape of the animal boxes and things here. I don't think I'm really enjoying very much what they're. I think they're more complicated. Some of these. There's a lot more put into the dog kennels than there is into these. Anyway, if you imagine that, okay, the animals are out, so chickens scratch around anyway. They like to scratch around in things like bark and things like that, and also in the grass, because they want grubs. I mean, that's the sort of thing that chickens eat, isn't it? Grubs and things like that. Also, this is not going to keep chickens in, by the way, this fence. They are quite capable of jumping over that, but there you go. Never mind. And in fact, should I move these away from the edges? No, I can imagine someone will be in here. Someone will be in here watching, so if the animals are up to no good, you know, for example, it wouldn't take a rabbit very long to jump on top of here and then jump over. and also be able to jump over entirely. You know, forget digging out. They're smarter than that. You'd be really quick. If you've never had rabbits, you'd be quite surprised. And with chickens as well. Guinea pigs, I don't mean to say it's the wrong way, but they're a bit thick. You know, they're lovely. I've had guinea pigs, but they're a bit dumb. So they're not allowed to escape. You've got to be in here with them, I think, watching. But what we do need to have, again with intelligent animals, is amusement. So I left the fence in here for a bit of shade, which is good. Animals need the shade, but also we need plants in here. This is where it gets trickier, because these animals will, particularly things like rabbits, they want to look under bushes and things, but they want to nibble on them. They'll have a little taste. They'll have a little try to see what. That's probably a bit big, actually. They want to have a little look at stuff, and have a little nibble on it every now and then. They want to see what something is and what it's like. They're a curious animal. You know, in actuality, a guinea pig and a rabbit, they're both rodents. They're not too dissimilar. I mean, they're different sorts of rodents. There's a bit more variety to them than that. But they're still rodents, and therefore they should be curious. I think for guinea pigs it's possibly because of how they've been bred, and they're not as smart as a bunny. You know, and a lot of buns I found are a lot smarter than you might give them credit for. You know, the things about dumb bunnies and all the rest of it, comments like that about creatures, it's not really true. I hate to tell you this, you know, and you wouldn't have to have a bunny very long to realise the sort of mischief they get up to. One I used to it'd be kept in the shed, and somehow one night, well, not in the shed, but in a hutch in the shed, and one night it managed to get out, and didn't do very much in the shed, just a bit running around, but also chewed absolute hell out of my my vacuum cleaner my lawnmower wire. Why? I don't know. Because it tasted nice and for something to do. I don't know. But they can be a little bit destructive, and they can be. That's part of curiosity as well. You know, and sometimes the rabbit would go and stay around my sister's house when we were on holiday and stuff like that, and she would have knew what the animal was like. That often she would leave her animals out in the garden a lot longer. It was a nicely fenced off garden, and it would be all over the place. It'd be hunting around in the garden, and digging through the plants. Any edible plants will get eaten, and what you've got to be more worried about is the ones that aren't edible. So certain animals, certain plants like onions and garlic. The reason onion and garlic taste nice to us is because of the stuff in them that is supposed to keep other creatures away. And so anything like alliums and stuff like that species don't, because they're actually poisonous for the for little creatures like bunnies and the rest. And probably there's probably a whole bunch of others as well. Things like maybe chrysanthemums. I don't know. I don't know enough about plants to know whether they are dangerous or not. I know I talk a lot about plants and things in this as if I know what I'm talking about. I don't really. I just, I learn bits as I go along. I don't really know much about this sort of stuff at all. Let's put some chrysanthemums in. There we go. Why not? And, again, it would be good for the insects to come in. And insects mean things for the chickens to do, and interesting plants for the bunny or bunnies to nose through as well. What else in here? Let's have a little tree maybe. Grapes, I'm pretty sure grapes. You can eat vine leaves, can't you? Grape leaves. So I think they're okay. I'm not really thinking of the fruit for the end. What would be nice actually would be things like, I know there's a carrot in here somewhere. Not actually carrots. Carrots aren't actually good for guinea pigs and rabbits and things in large amounts. Strawberry flower. I know it's the classic thing, Bugs Bunny chewing the carrot. They're actually not very good for them. They're very, very sweet. They're very sugary and not good for their teeth. And the same thing for lettuce. Lettuce is also not very good for these animals. Not in line. You're better off with things like coriander and cabbages and that kind of thing. That's creatures like that should be should be having. I'm looking for things here, by the way. I'm looking for like cover plants. Good for shade, but also because that's too small. Creatures like guinea pigs are, they're your classic prey animals. You know, they get eaten by things all the time. They like to go under stuff. If you've ever had like multiple guinea pigs, you might see, if you let them out somewhere like this, they will also, tomatoes, also poisonous leaves, they will do things like, oh wow, it's bigger than I expected. Can we put that in? Will that be okay? Too big, I think. That's crazy. If you let multiple guinea pigs out to run around, they will do things like, they will run around in like a train. Like a train of guinea pigs. They all, it's again too big. Maybe over here. No, I don't want it. No. I'm going to put something else over there. Sizes of plants. I know some of them have got things on there, but not enough. Not enough information for me to choose which one to go for. Yeah, they go around a little chain. They like to run around following each other. Is the sort of thing that... can I put it in the middle of that? Is that okay? No, I don't think so. They would run around running after each other, sort of in a little train. And I don't know who chooses to be in the front, but they will do things like, they will just follow along behind each other, following each other's path. I think it's part of, sticking together to be safe. And they like to go under things if they can. Stay in the shade, stay where things above them that might swoop down and eat them won't. That kind of idea. So there we go. Let's put a little bit of... I haven't done much with gravel in the garden. Should I do gravel or bark? I reckon bark would probably be surfaces, wouldn't it? Better surface for the chickens to grub around, and it sort of fits what we're doing anyway, doesn't it? Let's expand this a little bit more. There we go. So they can dig around in there and see what they can find. Turn it all over, but keep plenty of grass. Let's say guinea pigs and things love to eat grass. That's what they'll happily do all day. Now, what I would like in here as well, I wish to... What settings have I got this on? Game time? I guess game time is right, isn't it? What I want is... disabled. That's better. Okay, come on, I don't have to work in the dark with here. What I want, I'm thinking like, you're in here with your animals, and you've got a little tray out of food for them. They can run around and do what they want. And while you're here, you need something to sit in to watch them. It is jolly fun just sitting around watching your animals do whatever, be out enjoying the garden, and a very relaxing way to spend your time. So, I was also asked, even a request, to have more hammocks in the garden. Oh, that sounds good. Let's. What's the difference between these two? Apart from the... Is one made of wood? Is there really any difference between these hammocks? Doesn't appear to be. Apart from one's called something different. Well, I guess they're simpler, aren't they? Let's go with this one. That's a nicer pattern. What pattern should we go with? That's the one we've had before, isn't it? That's a bit too bright for me. It's horrible greens they use in this game. There we go. A nice blue stripy one. Oh, and it is wood. Okay. Sure, there we go. Oh, it's a bit bigger than I expected. Let's imagine, like over here under the tree. Nice and I mean, it's too big to fit in here. That's of a shame, isn't it, if it is? I'd rather have an actual hammock with between two trees. Okay, let's move this. Is this the one that's causing the thing? How do I dig up this plant? That's kind of a shame. I can't just move the plant. Fine. Be like that game. There we go. Is that alright? Do you know, I'm still dissatisfied where all these things are, really. I'm not really... Maybe I should have had a bigger area. Or a smaller hammock. Or something. Don't know. I'm not as keen on what I've done over here that I have in some of the places, but... There we go. I think the hammock's the problem, partly. You know, I'm sorry. You know who you are if you ask for the hammock. I don't think it's going to go in here. We're gonna put it somewhere else in the garden, I think is the answer. I think we're going to have to go with a smaller chair. Oh, I can't squeeze it out. There we go. We're going to use the hammock somewhere else. I like the hammock. But I think I'd rather just have just a... It's just too big. I put a chair a bit like this. Not a folding chair. They're more like a reclining version of that, maybe. I want to be able to sit there, you know, relax in the shade. And watch the squeakies run around, amusing themselves. So rocking chairs are a really bad idea. It's going to squash your animal. Can you stop knocking things over in my office? Thank you very much.
Door handle, not
very good. I've got a loose door handle in my office. I need to get that fixed. No, not a rocking chair. You'll rock back one time with a terrible squeaky noise, and you'll be very sad. Right. Okay, that's a nice one. I like that. It's not as reclining as I was hoping, but there we go. That'll do. And we'll stick it over here so you can watch what the beasts are up to. And maybe a little table as well. How about a table? I like a little occasional table, a little side table. A bit like the one we had over with our book on it on the other side. Something like that. But all wooden one? No, I want garden tables. Yeah, a simple one like this. That might be okay. How big is that? Not. Oh my god! Is that too... It seems really out of scale with the chair, doesn't it, really? Maybe a bench would be better in here. A bench? I like that. You know what I saw before? I saw those benches that I thought were little tables, didn't I? And that might be a better choice. Oh, that's kind of nice. Look at that. How about that one? How big is that? I think we've got a winner, folks. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Sorry, let's not upset the chooks. Don't worry, little fellas. I wouldn't make you into a chicken dinner. Not unless you stop producing eggs for me. Oh, the idea of fresh eggs. Because again, this person is supposed to be a person who's trying to be, you know, one with the world. You know, and they're, you know, I can imagine having a couple of fresh eggs from the from your own chickens. Would be rather lovely, wouldn't it, really? Bark surfaces, there we go. So we want a feed in from here, like this. But that's about it, I think. I don't think we want to come in further in here. We need to get rid of this. There we go, like that. Hold on. Need to fill this in with a bit of turf. Oh, I think I'm about done here. So made a few little changes. Oh, I forgot to put any more bark down there. Never mind. A few more plants in. Ideally, wanted to put the guinea pig hutches and the chicken coop on slabs, on concrete slabs, I think, to keep them off the ground, because you know they're touching there. They could get damp. The animals will come out to eat grass. So, you know, whereas the rabbit is inside with grass, if you see what I mean. So they don't want a hard surface down here. But these ones, I thought, you know, put it on a hard surface so that these things aren't going to rot if it rains a little bit. But the trouble is, I can't put them on top of slabs. It's one of those weird things in the game again where you can't put something on top of something else. And I don't know why. So I put them on top of sand, which isn't as good, but there you go. But we've got a few bowls around here for water and food and some plants. I stuck an umbrella over here because I thought, you know, a bit more shady. And a few more plants around here as well. And there you go. And the bun can come out. The bun can be in here. And I'd actually like to... You know what? I'm actually going to change this possibly. I think I might I'll do it off screen, but I think I'll take away these. I'm not going to use these anymore. I think I'm going to put my guinea pigs in the same sort of hutch as this, because the problem is guinea pigs and rabbits, although they're quite similar, they don't actually mix very well together. A rabbit is a much bigger, more powerful creature than a guinea pig, and although they'd like to play together, and occasionally you can have animals that play together, a rabbit could easily hurt a guinea pig if it just playing roughly. So they really need to be kept separate. And I don't really like the idea that the guinea pigs can wander out whenever they feel like it. I don't want to seal them off together. Even you can see here the lag. The chickens can't come out unless they want to. So I think I'll put another one of these in later. But otherwise, I think we're about done for the animal area. More plants are required around the edges. But there you go. And I've got some compost bins for all the large amounts of animal waste that they produce. And you'd be quite surprised how much animal waste things like even a little guinea pig can produce. With all the sawdust and everything else they make a mess of. So, yeah. Not bad at all. I'm okay with it. I'm not super happy with the area. I'm still playing around with obviously the different objects and tools. But I think I'm okay with it as far as that goes. So next episode, probably, I think I might actually do the house finally. I'm not sure. Probably the house, and I've got a lot more plants, things to put in around here to fill this garden up a bit more and put more stuff in. But I hope you're still enjoying it. I still kind of am. I still get that weird feeling from Garden Flipper or House Flipper where I'm half happy and half dissatisfied. I can never quite get what I want. But there you go. That's the nature of the beast, I guess, with this sort of game. Anyway, thanks for watching. And I hope you join me again next time.